Good afternoon, everybody. We are IGTB, and we are part of Intellect Design. Our customers are banks that want to provide a better answer to the needs of their corporate clients, SMEs, or sole traders. So what we've done today, what we're showing you, is our product, our flagship product called CBX. CBX is a channel solution that overlays the bank's existing systems and uses contextuality through machine learning to provide those SMEs at the moment of truth and where they need it, actionable insights about their current financial situation, or give foresights on anticipated events that might need a repair or an action. First, what we're going to demonstrate is CBX through the eyes of the corporate user using the bank's platform.
Thanks, Herbert. So I'm the corporate user. I'm logged on to my CBX dashboard. I'm immediately presented with aggregated cash position data at the top of my screen. I can also see an indication of my cash flow with this slider, which allows me to change time backwards and forwards, affecting what is shown in my aggregated data. As I scroll down, I see some other key KPIs like transaction trends. I can also toggle on and off peer group comparison, so I can see how I'm doing against my marketplace. Scrolling down, I've also got KPIs on fees and charges, shown by total, but again, I can toggle to see how much I'm being charged by my bank per product. I've also got market information in the geographies I'm active, such as FX volatility, and even information from the marketplace. So back up at the top, I notice in my aggregated cash position, I've also got a call to action about an account that's overdrawn. This is actionable, so I can select that particular panel. My account data loads up, and I can see very clearly that I've got an account which is marked as overdrawn, and I've got a call to action to the bank can help me fix it. So let's see what they're offering. Okay, so I've got a number of options that the bank's presented from its products and services, all rated against my peer group for popularity, speed, and cost. There's also a recommendation to set up an account rule, or you might know it as a sweep. I get some reading material, and I get to choose to set up the sweep rules. CBX knows the account that's in trouble, so it preloads that. It also anticipates I'm going to set a balance target of 0, and I just have to choose my source account. I get my account list. Let's choose one of my other entitled accounts. I can set a start and end date, but I'll just leave it running perpetually and set up the rule. So that's great. That's done. That means that overdraft is fixed now and for the future. I get a chance to say how helpful that recommendation was, so let's give that a good score. And I can go back to my dashboard. CBX has also got an activity panel which calls out other items that we should be paying attention to. In this case, it's suggesting that I sync up with my online accounting platform. So let's do that. So we connect in, get our data, and we're done. Now, CBX does give me control over which transactions I choose to pull into my platform. So it's found 5 payables and receivables. I'm going to take the easy option, multi-select those, and add those into the platform. It tells me what it's found, and it's also given me some additional advice. So it's found 3 new contacts, 3 new counterparties. It's asking me if I want to put them in my contact book in CBX, so let's do that. So they're being loaded in. Okay, great. So let's go back to the dashboard. Next piece of advice and guidance I get is that 3 of those counterparties, those new contacts, seem to be in Canada, which suggests I'm going to be making some international payments, and the bank can help me reduce those payment fees. So let's have a look at how they can do that. Again, familiar pattern. I get advice and guidance on the products and services the bank can offer, all rated by my peer group for popularity, speed, and cost. The recommended item here is to open a domestic account in Canada. Again, I get some reading material. Let's open that option. And then I can see that I'm being asked to give consent for my bank to pass my corporate details to their Toronto office. So let's give that consent and move on. Herbert.
Thank you, Mike. So through insights and foresights, those recommendations are generated. And these are 2 types. One type is just to help the treasurer, the CFO, or just the owner of a small business to make well-balanced decisions and help him out at the moment he needs it. On the other hand, what we're doing is we're mixing in those recommendations, or allow at least the bank to do so, to kind of introduce new products that might fix or repair the issue that the corporate is facing at the moment of truth. Because cross and hard selling between a corporate and a bank is mostly a quite hard process. So there's a big opportunity there for the bank to step in. One thing we've learned is that because we deploy this solution at banks, that every bank has its own sources of data where we can harvest from. So one thing we've learned, that's something we try to fix in this new release, is to have a way that the bank can optimize those algorithms or feed them with other input on the way how it presents and pushes some options out as recommendations and which aren't, to constantly have a feedback loop based on how successful those recommendations or how good they were and bring it back. So what Mike is showing you now is the dashboard through the eyes of the bank user, or the product manager or the channel manager to optimize those recommendations.
Okay, so let me log in as a bank user. So I'm logging into my bank user dashboard now for CBX. It loads up the analytics page looking at customers where I get details on dormancy, the geographic spread of my customers by segment, by sector, and my top clients. Let's switch to the recommendations card. You'll remember I chose to open a Canadian dollar account, so let's look at the account services section. I can see my open foreign account here. So that suggestion was presented a number of times. We can see the number of impressions, the number of conversions. I can see data by segment, sector, and by trigger that caused it. And I can overlay all that on a visualization that shows me the impressions and the success.
Thank you, everybody, for joining this session. Feel free to walk by, and I hope you enjoyed CBX. Thank you.